Hi guys, it's Joe again. Sorry for the delay. I had to move from my apartment this weekend, but I'm ready to go now for a new week. And we have an online game that we're gonna start right now. There's 2 cutters out right away and a barter world. So this is gonna be an interesting game right off the bat. And there's a trade pod coming out as well. So let's just see what my opponent does here, and I'll have to base my strategy on what he does. Probably he's gonna go for the trade pod, and I'm gonna probably go for the barter world here. There are a lot of cheap blob cards out in the beginning. So he takes a second cutter, and ooh, that's a good one. And this is the recycling there, and the survey ship and the recycling station have come out. So these are all good cards right off the bat in the beginning of the game. So I'll have a tough decision to make here, going for either the recycling station or the barter world. Both are really good bases. This is an outpost, of course, which allows me to discard 2 cards and draw 2 new ones, which is a big deal if there's no reds out. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one for me here. Hopefully I will be able to go for the barter world then in the next round. I do have a blue card already, so it would work well with my barter world. But if I don't pick up the recycling station now, I'm sure he's gonna pick it up in the next round. So I'm gonna pick it up. And there's one more for me for a blob fighter, but I don't need it right now. So let's see how much I have. Yeah, I have 5 money again, so it's enough for the barter world. But he's probably gonna take this, and I will have to go for the survey ship here, which is $1, and it allows me to draw a card, so it's not a bad card to have. But obviously I'd love to take the barter world next turn if I can, if there's any possibility at all. But he's gonna have 4 money and 1 viper, so yeah, I think it's pretty obvious for him that he wants to take the barter world here. Let's see what happens. Interesting game, this. A lot of good cards in the first few turns. I could have gone for the barter world for... Oh, he's not taking the barter world. Wow. Well, then I'm taking for sure. There's also a ram out, but I prefer the barter world here. I think it's the best solution for me. I'm really surprised that my opponent didn't go for the barter world there. Right now I have 2 really strong bases. If I can get to the trade escort, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 money again. So the trade escort would be a good choice. The ram, obviously, for discarding it. The survey ship. And even the battle station, which is good for its scrapping abilities. These are all good cards here. Unfortunately, we can't have them all. And there's only 2 cards here, so I'm not going to use the special ability of the recycling station this turn. 4 money, so he goes for the ram and for a scrap card. And I will have 5 money, so I can go for the survey ship or for the trade escort. I think I have 2 blue cards already, so I think this is good. I'm gonna go for this. It has a special ability of drawing a card. Unfortunately, there's a freighter out, which he probably wants to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 money. And maybe, yeah, I'll use this to discard 2 cards, maybe. Yeah, it depends. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm gonna use this to discard 2. I would be really unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 out of 8 chance to pull another viper out, so I think I can get at least one more money off of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could get to 7 at least, I think, with this. There's a battle blob here that also allows me to draw a card, but I don't have any greens yet. But if I'm lucky on my draw, I might be able to get to the brain world, which would be a big deal. So I'm definitely doing that in the next turn. Let's see what my opponent does here. Which cards are going to come up for him. Yeah, he could have a trade pod there, so he could get to 7 money, potentially. So I don't think he can... yeah, no, it depends. Let's just see. 5 money, and he's taking the freighter as I suspected he would do. So I'm going to use this to discard 2 cards and draw 2. And maybe get... No, I'm not lucky. Damn. Okay. No problem. Let's just play these as they come up, but I will have 6 money only. But there's a cutter and a survey ship that I could get. I think that's the best way to go here. And I even have 1 left to get a trade bot, so that's perfect. I'm not doing any damage just now, but in the next turn, if my barter world survives here, which it could do, he has a lot of green cards already. So he can start doing a bit of damage, but he doesn't have any bases. He doesn't have any outposts or anything like that. So let's plan the next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will have 8 money, so I will be able to get to the brain world this turn. And I think if I can get to the brain world the next turn, even though my opponent has a lot of green cards, I think I will be in a good position. He was able to shuffle though, so if his freighter comes out, he might snatch it away from me, which would be pretty bad. But my opponent has a lot of green already, so he might want to go for the battle blob here. If that's, you know, we'll see what his intentions are in a moment. But I would choose the brain world here over the battle blob. Oh, that's a lot of money. Yeah, there goes the brain world. So that was, yeah, and there go both my bases. So that was a pretty bad turn. He was pretty lucky to draw those cards right from the start. So now I have to plan carefully because he has the brain world, which is kind of a big deal. I have 9 damage and I have 5 money, which is not enough for the battle mech, unfortunately, or the battle blob. So that's not really good. What do I have? I have a war world out, but I only have 1 yellow card. Well, I have another yellow base, so it's not bad. It's not perfect either. My opponent has a lot of green already, so I might have to go for the battle pod as well, because if he picks up too many green cards, he has the brain rolled out already. Oh man, I really wanted that missile mech. I really needed it. So I could start going for yellows. I think I'm gonna go with the outpost here, although the battle pod is really tricky. I should take some more green, because if he gets to the green, yeah, another service ship, that's okay. And unfortunately another red card, but I don't know if he's gonna want to pick that up. Probably he will. I have 3 different colors of cards, which is bad, and I have to discard a card from my hand, which is bad. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 money on the next turn, which is not good. So let's see what he does here. I really want to get to the missile mech in order to destroy the base he just picked up, the brain world. I don't know how much money he's gonna have, but probably not enough to pick up the battle blob here. 5 money, so It's going by too fast. I didn't see what he took. Couldn't see. I think he took a frigate and something else. He took an explorer as well. So that's 5 money. So that's what he did, yeah. A frigate and an explorer. So I'm forced to scrap this from my hand. I guess scrap a card. So 1, 2. I could get to 5 money though. So I could pick up this war world. There's another ram out. I kinda need it. So I'm just gonna use this to scrap a scout. Scrap a card in the trade row. The battle blob is really dangerous for me, so I'm gonna scrap that. See what comes up. No, it's not gonna work. I have 3 different colors, so that's not good. So I'm gonna take a ram. And do I want an Imperial fighter or not? I'm not really going for yellow. Although I have a yellow base and 2 survey ships. Makes target opponent discard a card. I'm not sure. I want to really save up for the heavier cards, of course, but we'll see what happens. Let's just take one, I guess. Yeah, let's just take one. Let's just do it. And there's a mothership, so yeah, I shouldn't have done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 money only, but I can draw a card. Will depend on what I draw. Hopefully some yellow, some of these survey ships here, because I kind of need the money desperately. I will only have 5 money here, so I need more money to buy the missile mech. And unfortunately, there's a mothership here, which I cannot allow him to get. So yeah, let's just see what happens. His brain world might come up in the next turn. 4 money, so he's taking 2 explorers. That's fine, I can live with that. Okay, let's draw a card. And it's 1 money, so again, not perfect. Only 4 money. No, 6 money. Okay, 6 money is fine. I can take the missile mech now, which I really need. Need it so badly. Do 9 damage. I have a lot of authority though, which is good. Yeah, I will have 2. Well, if this survives, probably not. 4 money and maybe 6, and I can draw 2 cards. So yeah, if I'm able to draw this, the recycling station, I might have a good chance to shuffle my deck in my next turn. Yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I think I will have a good chance of doing just that. Let's see what my opponent does. 10 damage, 12 damage, 14 damage. There goes my base, so that's effectively 2 money that I lose. Let's see what comes out. Come on, I need it. No, 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 no. This is terrible. Okay. 6 money though. It is what it is. I had 2 chances out of 3 to draw my recycling station, and I didn't, so I'm a bit disappointed. There's a battle mech, and he has the brain world already. So I need to get moving on the reds, I think. There is a war world, which is also really good, but this allows me to draw a card as a special ability, so let's go for this one. And I have 1 more money, so let's go either for Federation shuttle or an Imperial fighter. I already have 1, but I'm gonna go for the shuttle here. And there's a junkyard. Yeah, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 money, which would be enough for the junkyard, but not for the central office, which also allows me to draw a card. If I can pick up the junkyard though, I think that's a better deal for me, because he has the brain world already, which allows him to scrap 2 cards. in one turn. And if it comes out, now I have a problem. So that's okay. He takes an outpost though. There's a command ship here. Now I really need the command ship, and again there is no discard pile, so I don't really want to scrap one of these cards. Let's just see what happens. Let's just take a gamble here and discard 2 scouts and see what, hopefully something better will come up. And of course it doesn't, so yeah, I might as well scrap a scout here. Scrap a card in the trade row, and I cannot get to the command ship. Or the junkyard. I really want the command ship if I can get that. But my opponent has... Hang on, I'm going to see what my opponent has. He still has a freighter coming out, so this is dangerous leaving this here. Because I don't know what I'm going to get. So I'm going to scrap it. I'm going to scrap the command ship. And there, now there's a Dreadnought out, so that's terrible as well. Okay, so 2 and a possible 4. So I'm going to take the 4 and I'm going to take the space station here, which I can scrap it for 4, but more importantly, right now, it's an outpost of 4, so... So I can draw a card here. I can draw a card here if my Barter World survives. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potential of 7 money. So if I'm lucky here, well, I don't know. The Brain World is pretty powerful if it allows him to draw up to 2 cards. He still has a freighter coming out, so there's a possibility here that he could take the Dreadnought, which would not be good for me. Would be pretty bad news. Let's see. Nope. More scrap cards for him, and my Barter World survived, so that's a good thing. I can discard a card here. Draw another one. Not good. Get some authority back. Draw another one. Another one. Still not good. Okay, but at least now I can get to the Dreadnought. Yep, so I'm gonna scrap one of the scouts here. 8 damage. And I can get the Dreadnought. I think this is an important one for me. I might be thinking about scrapping these to force him to discard 2 cards. They're out now, so I think I'm gonna do that. I've pretty much all the cards I want for now, so I'm just discarding these. I have to do it sooner or later anyway. Unspent trade. Do I want to get another fighter? No, I don't. Shouldn't have taken the first one, I think. But I thought this was the time to scrap both of my yellows there. The Brain World is going to come out, so let's just see. I will have 8. I will have 10 damage in the next turn, so I will be able to destroy his Brain World no matter what, which is a good thing. I can't leave it there for more than 1 round. It has to go. And there's a lot of damage coming out in the next turn as well, and I can destroy a target base in the next turn. But one of these is the Brain World, of course. Let's see what comes out. 2, 4, 5, and a potential 7 money. Yeah, scrapping those. No damage so far. 2 damage. 6 damage. Ah, there goes my base. Too bad. There's a Mech World out here, so I need that. I'm just gonna play all these. I think I have this game won. So taking the Mech World, destroying the base, destroying this, Yeah, I think this game is pretty much over. I think I won this game. I have some good cards. Unfortunately, the fighter is here, but it will, yeah, you know, it will give me 4 damage extra, so yeah, I have some good cards here. You know, the mech world was really important. The recycling station was really important. The missile mech, which allows me to destroy a target base, really important again. And then the barter world, of course. Oh, what does my opponent do? 12 damage. Get some cards, doesn't matter what. So do I want to discard any of these? Probably not. Let's see how much damage I can do. 5 and 4 is 9, and 6 is 15. 15 damage? Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. But, yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna leave it like it is. Let's just play all of these. Yeah, let's just do this. I cannot draw any cards this turn. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh no, it's okay. So 3 money. I can get to 6 money. So that would allow me to draw a junkyard, but I'm not gonna, probably not gonna see this card again anyway, so I'm just gonna discard it and take the junkyard, but I'm not gonna see the junkyard either. Yeah, this would have been good for me to get, but I think it will be over in the next turn. I have the Dreadnought coming out. I can draw another card. It'll work together with my base here, so I think I'm pretty much set. You know, the game is over. He has 6 authority left. I have 50. Unless a miracle happens for him, it's not gonna be enough. So again, I think my opponent here has demonstrated that going for a lot of blob and a lot of green in the beginning is not necessarily a good strategy, because it's only seldomly that you will see that you will be able to destroy an opponent with going all blob in the beginning, because it's just not fast enough. It takes a long time for the blob machine to get working. I think you're better off in the beginning with going for blues and reds, and maybe a couple of yellows that allow you to draw cards. Wow, 21 damage though. That's not bad. But it's not good. It's too little too late, I think. Even though he does 19, I only have to do 10, and I already have 10, so doesn't matter, game's over. See, 16 damage. So that's the end of the game. Imperial Fighter Avatar. I still don't know what that means, but every once in a while I still get these messages coming up. Anyway, so that's what I just wanted to say. My opponent went for a lot of green in the beginning, which I think is a losing strategy, because you're, unless you can get 2 trade pods, I guess, then you can start going for green a bit earlier. But unless you have that, I think it's better to go for other colors in the beginning. Green is more of an end game, mid game to end game color. If you disagree, please tell me why. And see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.